This is just, things getting too low. It's so hard to turn. It's so hard to adjust. That's better. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Don't know what I'm doing there. Guys, welcome to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and I'm happy to have you guys here with me today. You know, I mean, not like physically or literally in the booth, but in spirit, guys. I'm happy to freaking, yeah, dude, 2 seconds in, we already messed up. Guys, I'm happy to have you in spirit. I'm happy to have you out there, and hopefully we can kick this weekend off right with some smiles, with some fun, and actually, you know, I should address this right off the bat. I know I kind of addressed some hardcore adult themes, some grown-up and mature stuff in last episode by talking about the weather, okay? I was talking about the weather a lot, and I had this kind of a cult following of grown-ups and adults going, hey, man, yeah, this is the guy. We're talking about the rain, the wind, the snow, the sleet, everything. I'm putting the newspaper down. Let me watch this guy. Let's talk about it a little bit more. But no, okay? I took a pledge last episode saying, I'm going to be more responsible now, okay? I'm going to freaking put on my slippers. I'm going to take care of business. I'm going to be a real live grown-up. But I'm done with it. I'm over it, okay? That was a week ago. A week ago, Tristan, I've evolved. I've grown up. I've grown up so much that I've grown down, okay? I've understood that that's just not who I am. That's why the lights have changed, right? We're not running the freaking blue of responsibility. We're running the color of red for pain, which I'll explain later. But yeah, I can't do it anymore, okay? The weather, here's what the weather's for. I tried to address it, I tried to talk about it, but the truth is, this is what you should do. This is how you should react to the weather, right? We're having probably one of the biggest, craziest weather mixtures of all times right now, and this is how I react to it and how you all should react to it. Oh. Anyways, that's how you should talk about the weather, guys. Unless you're the news or a cloud, stop talking about it. There's no point. It's just not exciting. Okay, so I know you probably saw the podcast come up. You're like, yes, can't wait. Can't wait to talk about the weather, but you can pick the newspaper back up. You can put your robe and your slippers back on, but not me, dude. Not me. I'm taking the slippers of responsibility off, okay? I mean, again, like figuratively, like literally, I'm keeping the comfortable slippers on. They're on right now because they're nice, okay? They're comfy AF. But yeah, I'm taking the figurative slippers off, you know, and they say, hey, the gloves are off, pal, and they're saying I'm going to get more serious. It's like the reverse of that. I'm taking the slippers off, guys. I'm becoming more immature. I'm getting more grounded in who I am as a child. So that's the new motto of the show. Take the figurative slippers off. Here at the circus, we don't have a shoe policy here. You take that crap off at the door. The shoes are it's just a constraint on the feet of imagination, walking all over the mind. Guys, I don't know what the metaphor is, but the point still stands. Wear them wear them literally and actually keep them on because they are awesome. But, you know, theoretically and figuratively and all the other ickles, take them off because, you know, we're supposed to be having fun here, guys, not talking about the weather or taxes or whatever else grown-ups do, laundry. Anyways, I just had to get that out into the atmosphere. So you can leave now, but if you want to get more in touch with your imaginative metatarsals, stick around, okay? But so speaking of life insurance exams, that's my new segue for when I'm trying to just go into the next conversation point. I don't have a really structured path to get there. Say, hey, speaking of, and they wait, what? Because I got your attention, right? You didn't see it coming, and neither did I, because I didn't know I was going to do that. But yeah, speaking of life insurance exams, I talked about in the last episode how I was having my slippers on. And I was neglecting and hoping to get better at studying, right? I was going to keep my slippers on and start studying more because I have a big state exam coming up, right? A life insurance exam, a license that I can sell life insurance to other people. It's a pretty big deal, and I needed to have the slippers on to try and really pull myself into that mindset. But the truth is, after that episode ended, I took the figurative slippers off, and I was slacking, I was crack-a-lacking, and I wasn't doing any of my my necessary responsibilities. So this was a 14-day kind of study period. Right? You have this big course information to go through it, and I waited about 11 days into that. That's not good. I wasn't wearing the slippers. I wasn't wearing them. I was like, okay, frick. Time to be clutch, time to put it all into the mode and take this thing. So I give myself like 3 days. I'm listening to the thing on 2 times speed, like I talked about before. Crunch time, go, 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 information. And I was trying to putting 2 weeks of information in 3 days. It's not easy or recommended, but I'll tell you what, despite my lack of effort, I was feeling pretty confident. Okay, I had this exam, this tasty test coming up, and I felt nervous for a minute, and then I just felt this overwhelming power of confidence. Like, actually, I think I've got it. Right? They have these practice exams, and I was just nailing them, acing them. I was like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. I know this. I don't know how I know this, but I know this. I got this. So I'm feeling really good. And I was like, started to be nervous, and I was like, dude, relax. You're the freaking champion. You're the king. I'm driving there. I'm like, yeah, dude, forget about the test. Let's think about what we're gonna do afterwards because we got this in the bag. I strolled in there, and they're like, all right, so basically you want to go sit down at seat 7, and I'm like, no, actually, before we do it, you'll just take my picture now because I'm gonna pass. Let's get my license ready. And like, no, but just go. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go. Just because. So I go into that thing. I sit down. Smiles on my face. I'm like, I'm ready to get this thing over with real quick. Oh, everyone's taking a long time. You guys are reading the questions thoroughly and stuff. Not me, dude. Not me. I got this. Sit down. Computer. First question. Foreign language. Okay? And I mean, not literally, but I didn't understand a thing what I was looking at. I was like, wait. I was taking those practice. I don't know why my tongue is all over the place, but that's okay. Okay. I didn't understand what this was talking about. Everything, the way they phrased stuff, the way it was written, the multiple choice. I was like, what? I was so good at the freaking warm-ups. I was good at the practice. Why don't I understand? Probably because, the slippers were off. Okay. The slippers were not on when I was practicing, and I wasn't as responsible as I should have been. So I was embarrassed, scared, super nervous. Right. And all these other people are in the room, and they're like, yeah, just reading and doing a thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they got this big glass mirror. Right, people can see you. I'm like, well, I don't want to show any fear, right? It's like a natural instinct. Like, actually, let me just lean back. I'm casually doing, yeah, you guys take it, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna speed off through this thing. I'm like, what am I doing? What is this? So, I knew, some of it, but a lot of it, unfortunately, I was just guessing. I was just freaking B, and I was, still hoping. I was praying, living on a prayer so hard, and then I failed. I failed, dude. I thought I had it, and I failed. It was like the biggest emotional and mental slap in the nuts, dude. Not like a punch, a slap, because it's respectful, just. And it crushed me. It was soul crushing. I was like, I don't even know what to think. I don't even know how could this happen? I put in 3 days of studying. Preposterous. So yeah, I was like like in Talladega Nights where he drives the car through the house. He's like, you gotta feel it. Okay, I'll feel it. He's like, man, I really thought I felt it.
Yeah, now I'm really feeling it. I feel like the car could drive itself.
I bet it could. Start her up.
I'm embarrassed. I really thought I could feel it.
Yeah, dude, I was embarrassed, and I was texting all these people before I went to go take the exam, like, hey, wish me luck, but also I'm just texting you just to let you know what I'm about to do so you can say congratulations in a few minutes. So just putting that out there. And that was a bad idea. So many people knew about what I was going to do because I was so confident. And then I failed, and then I had to respond to all of those. Hey, how'd it go? How's it going? Did it work out? So excited for you. Hey, show me your license. Failed, guys. It was hard. It was it was a hard pill to swallow. I won't lie. So I just went from this smile to it sucked. It was so bad. And there wasn't a way to get around it. Like there was no, couldn't think of a positive. I tried to find the humor in the situation, or the silver lining, or something to hold on to and say, hey, this wasn't a waste because I paid $42 to take the test. This wasn't a waste. We got something out of it. Yeah. I couldn't figure that out, so I'm sitting there just racking my brain. And then my dad, he was trying to comfort me and say some stuff but he was like, hey, at least you're feeling upset, so at least you're human. And his intentions were good, but to me, I was like, wait, that was the only silver lining we got? Was that I'm human? I failed. And the only takeaway from this was that I have feelings. It's like, yeah, Dale, it's a shame that you lost the house, the car and the kids, but by God, if we didn't know you were human before, we know it now. He's like, oh man, you're right, Mark. That's freaking. I'm glad we found that point there. I'm glad we figured that out, and we can really find a way through this. So that's how I felt. I was like, yeah. I guess that's a benefit. I am glad I did take the test just to make sure, because I was going through those I'm not a robot quizzes, and I was like, I wasn't completely sure. And on top of that, my grandma, I texted her too, and then she was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, but and I told her I rescheduled it for like the following day because I was like, screw it. I only need one more day of study. I'm gonna get back into it." So I tell her that. I tell her I rescheduled. I'm about to go back into this thing, and she didn't really give me a boat of a whole lot of confidence, right? I didn't get a boat full of you can do it. It was more like, but also like if you fail twice, then maybe that's just the sign that it's not meant to be. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. You just think about it. If I can't get it here, then it's just shut up, just bail, get out now. So I was like, things were riding against me, right? And on top of all my failures and my embarrassment and my shame, I was really having a hard time trying to get over that and get around it. So for the next day, right? Now, mind you, I didn't completely tank it, but I did enough, right? I got a 68, right? I needed 2 more questions to get a 72 pass. Two more questions. I could have guessed 2. But yeah, I was just 2 away, and that was heartbreaking. But I just thought, hey, you know what? Even though I failed, I only need a day. I can do this. So I put the slippers back on, right? I know I just said I'm done with the responsibility, but I put the slippers back on just this one more time. It was like Batman putting on the cape, but this was just, I was like, brain opened up. I was like, oh, what kind of chores can I do? What can I do to help people? I see people, I'm like, hey, let me pay for the person behind me. Pay it forward. Charities, taxes, blah, blah, blah. Whatever adults do. I was like, look at the weather. Cumulonimbus cloud. I love that. I'd be like, okay, he's ready. So I put the slippers on. I hit the books. Actually, figuratively, again, it was digital. But yeah, I was studying my tail off. I was going into this thing so hard, and I was like, yes. Don't know what that means, but I'm going to keep on learning. 24 hours. Brain was fried, but I'm going into this thing. And I was nervous, okay? I got ready for this next test coming in. And I didn't have a lot going in, but I just thought, hey, here we go. Now the problem with this next test was because I tanked it more like a specific area where I could see that I failed in. That's what brought my thing down. I also missed questions in more areas. And so after, look, when you get slapped in the nuts pretty hard mentally and emotionally, but also physically, but that's what I'm talking about. It really shocks your confidence, okay? If you've ever been hitting the balls physically, it shakes you up. So just imagine that on an emotional, intellectual level, okay? It's just backhand, and you're like, I just, those digital effects where people see the numbers. Mine was like this. People were just erasing all the things I knew and all the things I believed to be true. It's like if you put on your shoes wrong for one day and you're just like, wait a minute, I'm just off. You thought it was right. If you put the left shoe on the right foot and the right shoe on the left foot, and you're walking around and you think everything's fine. Someone calls you out on that and you go, wait a minute, I don't think I know as much as I thought I know. So now you're like you're over analyzing. You're like making sure for like the next few days. You're like, okay, left shoe. I don't want to look like an idiot again. I don't even know how that happened, but and you're just like overly paying attention to it. So I'm going into this thing without my confidence I just had before. I'm nervous now. I'm nervous. I'm walking into it. Tensions are high. This lady's like getting frustrated with people in front of me. They're like, hey, I'd like to apply for the testing. It's like, hey, why don't you go sit down, okay? The thing just opened up. Relax. Fill out your papers. Wait a minute, okay? Relax. I'm like, oh, gosh, dang. He's not. If he had confidence before, he doesn't now. I put the slippers on. I studied up. I was ready. And I get in there, I'm nervous, confidence is shaking. I'm like, hey, shoes, left foot, right foot, here we go. And I was second guessing things that I already knew, and though I was feeling pretty good on things that I had just learned. So now I just about ace. I feel so confident in the area that I missed before and all these like big points. I'm feeling super good. I'm going like, oh my gosh, we're doing great. And then I get to the point that I had done before where I had actually just about aced. I was second guessing myself. I was like, wait, the game plan, what was I supposed to do? Screw it, it's time to start throwing bombs. Forget we had a plan going into this. I'm done with it. So I'm just like guessing like, that answer might have been wrong before. Let's choose another one. So now I'm panicking. We're getting down to the end. We're getting down to the wire. And I'm so scared, I'm so scared. And I click all the thing, and before you get to see your freaking answer, they're like, hey, before you do that, take a quick survey of the classroom. Say, hey, how are the people at the desk? I'm like, poor. How was the smell of the room? How was the lighting? How was the noise? I'm like, just show me if I passed. And I click that thing. I'm sweating it out. I'm like, oh, please. I don't want to get a message from my grandma that says I should hang up my insurance game before it even starts. I don't want to get another message from my dad that says I'm even more human than I was before. And I'm getting so scared and nervous, and I click it. It says pass, dude. It says pass. And I did it, and that was today. I'm still riding that high, guys. I'm still feeling that. I'm more confident than I've ever been before. It's crazy how you think if you take this big hit to your ego that you're just going to be humble and satisfied and just really own up to your failures. But no, I overcame my obstacles, and now I'm even more arrogant and cocky than I was before I failed. So I don't know what the lesson is in that, but gosh dang it, guys. I was excited, and I feel it, and I'm loving it. So thank you, Lord. Love you, big guy. We got it done, dude. We got it done. And I might not know if I'm human anymore, but guys, we got it. I'm so excited. So instead of the big cry, I went, yeah. I'm like, shh. I'm like, oh, yeah. So now I can take the slippers off. I did get it done. And I know you guys are probably looking at me saying, hey, how come this guy who just talked about getting slapped in the nuts for 2 minutes straight can now legally sell life insurance to people with a license? That might make you uncomfortable. It also might make you feel uncomfortable with the fact that it only takes 4 days to get said license. Now, I don't know what to say to comfort you, but I will say that if you put your mind, to a problem, and you also pay to take that test over and over again, and you are reminded that you're human, and you guess be enough, you could get licensed. Okay. So, I don't, there's not really a big lesson in that, but guys, I'm feeling satisfied. I'm feeling good. So I barely got through that. I got passed with a 70 right on the money because I had this area that I struggled before, did great. Okay. Nailed the area that I struggled before, took way too many shots and second guessed myself on the day. I was putting the shoe on like my hands. Everything was all over the place. Like left foot, right hand. I didn't know what I was doing, and I second guessed myself, and I almost failed. So thank you, Jesus. We barely got through it, and I don't know what to say about that. We're human for sure, guys. Now that's all I gotta say about that. I think. Is there anything else to say? Yeah, that's all good. Responsibility done. Slippers off. Real slippers on. My feet are so comfortable. Speaking of Wordle, dude. Wordle is taking the world by storm, and it has been for a little bit. Now, if you haven't heard about Wordle is basically Hangman for adults, but like a little bit different. It's a little bit adjusted just so it's not exactly Hangman. So I downloaded this thing like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't lost. Okay, haven't lost since. So basically, you have these 5-letter words, and you kind of guess it, and it tells you which letters you got right. Blah 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 blah. It's a pretty fairly simple game. Okay, so someone who's not wearing their slippers currently is just flying through it with ease. Now this thing is it's all over the place. Everyone's like, wordle score. Which I did? I passed because it's not that hard. And oh my gosh, dude, it's addicting. I don't know what it is about it. But it's crazy how something so small can just, everyone's like, I gotta play it. Did you pass? Did you get it? Did you do it? It's, yeah, there's something that just makes us all addicted to these stupid little games. And for me, my thing about it, I don't know what everyone else is, but for me, these little things where I can keep on succeeding in just make me feel like great. Like you're trying to guess these words. It's a guessing game basically. So you're guessing it. I'm like trying to deduct and figure out where these letters belong, where they can go. And I'm like, and all the numbers become coming back and be like, oh yeah. And I figure out the word. I'm like, boom! I might as well be working for the CIA. Okay, intelligence. And I got it. So it just makes me feel powerful and supreme. But yeah, it's super addicting. So I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure you're addicted to it now. And I don't know. So all these wordlers, or I don't I don't know what we're called, addicts probably. They're like a few months from now or whatever, when this game dies out, there's just going to be like a Wordle Anonymous for like, yeah, dude, I can't stop guessing these games. But yeah, it's just Hangman. It's just Hangman, guys. It's just Hangman, but it's hard to put down. It is. But it's a great game. What? I think that's really all there is to say about Wordle. Oh, frick yeah! I forgot to do interesting thoughts. What have I been up to? What have I been thinking about? A lot of studying, but barely. Like not too much studying, but like just enough. I was watching a lot of movies in the time I should have been. Oh, dude, like Talladega Nights. I used the little intro. Dude, how about that, dude? I'm putting little clips in the show now. Maybe little sound effects. I'm doing stuff. We got people editing the show now. It's mostly me, but I'm gonna pretend like it's not me. So I feel like I got like a really structured kind of team going on. So I actually have a producer of the show, and I don't, but for like I'm gonna keep on saying I do, and that's the only time I'm going to address this. I have a producer, and he's also the editor of the show. His name is Timothy Underbite. That's my made-up name for the guy. He's a sweet guy. He edits the show. So anyways, I got this team putting the stuff so that the podcast value is going up, guys. Podcast value. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the Talladega Nights. I'm all over the place. The Talladega Nights, dude. I was watching that. I've just been watching comedy movies, and my interesting thought of the thing was he said in the movie, he was talking about, he's like, yeah, they just put a pig's heart in a Russian guy. You know what that means? He's like, yeah, more life. He's like, well, no, he didn't live, he died, but it's just exciting to know we're doing stuff like that. And then it made me realize that just a few weeks ago, they actually put a pig's heart in a guy. And he lived, right? He was like on the organ donation list. He was so far down. It's like, yeah, screw it. I'm going to throw this Hail Mary. I'm going to just get it. So they put the pig's heart in the guy successfully. And now this guy's, he's walking around with a pig's heart. He might be like, yeah, so basically, oink, the transplant was successful, oink. And so I don't know what the side effects might be. Time will tell. He's like rolling around in the mud a little bit, and he's like, so yeah, I don't know what the point is. But my interesting thought, and I got a new phone, so I don't have the file or the theme on me, so I'm going to just acapella this thing again. So I can't make sounds and sing, but skip the beat and the thought. Is this some of my interesting thought? Yeah. So my thought about that is that, I talked about in the Halloween episode, like organ harvesting, right? Organ harvesters, like they kill these people and take their organs, blah blah blah. It's pretty dark stuff. But yeah, how it's like almost organ harvested, and these people they give them so they can do like black market distributions of these organs, people that are way far down. But now if we're taking animals' hearts and organs and start replacing them in us, we're becoming, we're already animals technically, but besides the point. These organ harvesters are screwed, guys. But the fact these pigs are saving lives one way and two ways, guys. So now honestly, these organ harvesters are punching air right now. There's like, gosh, dang it. This foiled an entire business plan that fast. If your entire your market structure is about, okay, these people far too far down, they have no choice, they're desperate, they'll pay some money, we'll kill somebody, we'll get their organs, blah blah blah. But now it's like what are you going to do now? You're not going to be murdering people. You're just going to become a farmer. You're just going to be taking pay cards. So congratulations to whoever did that. I should have done, whatever, but thanks to Talladega Nights for reminding me of that. And then I got to see the news article and congratulations to the guy who's, doing his thing. So, guys, I think that is it for the episode. And by the way, we did not do this episode super late in the AM, so a little bit of responsibility, but not quite, not all the way, or just a little bit. Sometimes it's good to just have one slipper on, one slipper off. You feel a little bit homeless, a little bit weird, but it's okay. Guys, thanks so much for sticking around with me. Thanks for mentioning, even if the weather wasn't talked about a whole lot or at all. I hope you got something out of this. I hope I could at least remind you to, take those slippers off. Let just wander, walk that the imaginary thought, the imaginary, circus house. Guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Have a good time. Study up. Be responsible. But, I don't want to keep saying don't be responsible. That's not the word. Oh, I didn't even address the lights. Pain was the thing I was talking about when I failed the exam. Pain, just surreal, horrible, emotional pain. So that's what that was about. So, I'm sure you picked it up psychologically because it says it's the color pain. I Googled it, so on some emotional level, you should have been feeling that. So you picked up on that, guys. I love you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. We'll talk about more things that probably include. I don't know. We'll find out. Peace.